Abhijeet, you must be aware that several countries have followed and are still following the policy of espionage,
Yes.
and they consider it as an integral part of their foreign policy.
Yes.
What do you think? Espionage as an integral part of international policy, is it justified in a modern liberal world?
Okay. Uh, you said you have done your BE and with distinction, right?
Yes, sir.
How would you put your qualifications to good use in the civil services?
Yes,
I
sir.
was going through your service preferences,
Yes.
and Indian Revenue Services has been placed at fourth and fifth position.
Yes.
Okay. What will mechanical engineer do in IRS? Don't you think that job should be for a specialized person who is a commerce graduate? Yes, please come. Please take a seat. Abhijeet,
Yes, sir.
how are you doing, Abhijeet?
I am very fine, sir.
Abhijeet, introduce yourself to the board,
Yes.
but highlight the values and virtues that shape your personality.
Yes.
So my full name is Abhijeet. I am from Ahmednagar, Maharashtra. My complete education from the Pune and completed graduation in the mechanical engineering. Till since 2020, I am pursuing the job in the small firm is international, and tracking and following international affairs is my interest areas.
Yes.
What are the values that you hold very dear in life? Select at least three values.
Sir, it is the objectivity. So second is
The honesty and third is the transparency.
If there is a clash between honesty and integrity, what will you prefer?
sir, it is
You have political science and international relations
Yes.
as your optional subject. Abhijeet, can you tell me something about cultural imperialism?
Yes, sir. So it is the theory forwarded by the Edward Said, and from his perspective, the Eurocentrism, that is the colonial mindset, spread through the colonies, and still their hold on the erstwhile colonies like India, African countries. Second, as per him, the Eurocentric ideas like human rights or the balance of the power are the Eurocentric ideas, and then not any concern with the Orientalism.
Okay. Good. Abhijeet, have you heard about a concept called strategic hedging?
no, sir. I am not.
You are not. Abhijeet, you must be aware about the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine.
Yes, sir.
What is your take on that?
Yes, sir. Sir, from my perspective, US-led bloc, that is the NATO.
Did not consider the Russia's sensitivity, and second, Ukraine failed to understand, even though in the international sphere all the countries are sovereign, independent, but their vulnerability should not be equal. So Russia is most vulnerable than the Ukraine from the NATO's invasion and NATO's encroachment in their vicinity.
Then, are you saying that Putin's actions are justified?
No,
Sir, the violence at any cost is not justified.
Okay.
But yes, I am arguing with the Ukraine's policy. They did not recognize the we called as a Finlandization, that is the neutrality in the international affairs.
Abhijeet, let us suppose that Putin gains an unassailable lead in this conflict
Yes.
and overpowers Ukraine
Yes.
in every possible manner.
What will be the ramification of that?
Yes, sir. So first, it is the Russia's poster from the international economy, and it is directly and indirectly affecting India's energy security. So second, it is the polarization in the world, which affects the India's tightrope balance and neutrality stand. And so third, it is the hard choice for India whether to follow strategic autonomy to balance in USA or Russia, or to take stand in the growing vicinity with the USA of Indian policy.
In that context, we can bring in the concept of strategic hedging. I hope now that makes sense to you. Strategic hedging means how you balance your strategic priorities.
So thank you,
How
sir.
you hedge your risks. going
Yes.
forward. Abhijeet, you must be aware that several countries have followed and are still following the policy of espionage,
Yes.
and they consider it as an integral part of their foreign policy.
Yes.
What do you think? Espionage as an integral part of international policy, is it justified in a modern liberal world?
It is justified from the national security perspective because the national power has element. Uh, Whether we understand the capabilities, strength of the opponent of the friendly countries, that is the Mandal Siddhant also said this. But if we consider it in the liberal world, then it not as per the human right concept, which recognize right to privacy as the one of the keystone.
Suppose you are
The Secretary General of United Nations,
Yes.
and there is a motion which is to be considered that espionage in all its forms should be banned.
Yes. Sir.
And it's a casting vote kind of situation.
Yes.
You have to cast a vote.
Yes.
Which way will you go?
Sir, I prefer to status quo, whether country has a espionage policy or not. But my perspective should be the broad regulation regarding the espionage policy. It should not be affect the sensitivity, human rights, and the moral values of the international affairs.
Abhijeet, I was going through your positions of distinction, leadership held in school and college.
Yes.
And what has attracted my immediate attention is you have served as a member of school cabinet,
Yes.
and your designation was the health minister.
Yes, sir.
Abhijeet, I would like to know from you how this cabinet functioned and
Yes.
it was responsible to which work?
Sir.
Each member is responsible to the head of the school, and each member has to carry its own task assigned by the school, and no one responsible to like chief minister or the any governor. So health minister, as a health minister, my duty is to inform what is the going on the hygiene. Condition of the cleanliness in the school, whether the health inspection carried on the time or not, like that.
Okay, was this
This body,
Yes.
cabinet or council of ministers, was it
an elected body?
Yes, sir. Each member has elected members in it, but they are independently elected from the 20 participants in the whole school, and from the 8 are selected as the minister as per their voting.
There was no legislative body which acted as a check on this body?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So, who framed the rules?
Sir, it is the entire institution, that is the Maharishi Garve Shikshan Samstha, which is my school was part of the it, sir. Yes, sir.
The rules were
Framed democratically?
No,
Sir,
sir.
they framed by the institution and their leading teachers, sir.
Okay. So, what was the composition of this cabinet? How many ministers?
Sir.
8 ministers, and starting from the chief minister, second is the home minister, third finance, fourth health minister, fifth the sport minister, sixth cultural minister, seventh environment minister, eighth I am not able to.
okay. Can
One person serve in two ministries or in multiple
No,
ministries?
sir. No, sir.
That was not the case.
Not.
Okay. How it was ascertained that Abhijeet is the best candidate for health ministry and not for sports ministry? How this was ascertained?
Yes, so my functioning that the day I am weekly inform the head of the school about the functioning of the safety, cleanliness of the water tank, whether the cleanliness carried out in the toilets or not, and in the every 6 months there is the health inspection in the school, and the detailed report of the it hand over to the manager of the school, and in the final, that is the annual cultural festival, has to be your speech. What activities done by school regarding the health, what expectation from the students and the parents, and what the future plan. But as a sport minister, I am not very active in the various sports except the cricket, so I am not suitable for the sport.
okay.
Do you remember any novel step that you took as the health minister?
Yes.
Sir, I am divided the entire the school in the blocks, and each block assigned to the each classroom, and the cleanliness is the particular concern of that section. So it brings the cleanliness and the competitive approach in the cleanliness drive.
Okay. Abhijeet, you have done your bachelor's in mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
Right? And this is also reflected from your DAF that you were also the vice chairperson of training and placement cell.
Yes, sir.
Now, Abhijeet, why do you think that most of the engineers who are graduating in this country, they're not fit for industry?
Yes, sir.
What is the reason behind it?
Yes. Sir, first it is the gap between the what syllabus taught in the schools and what industry is expecting from the students. So second, it is the practical training, which is lack of the trained teachers and the interest from the student equally.
The third is the kind of the jobless growth. So it disincentivizes the skill development among the students.
Okay. Suppose you have to launch a skill development program
Yes, sir.
for those who are in their 8th semester
Yes.
and who are pursuing mechanical engineering.
Yes.
By looking at today's day and age,
Yes.
the challenges, what kind of program will you suggest?
So
First, my reference should be the curated content, which can be accessed at any time at any place. The second is the virtual training center, which can be accessed in the decentralized manner, which accommodate the recent developments in technological field. The third is the monitoring at the district level. What is the performance at the district level, and make it accountable to the higher authority, especially the skill-related departments.
Now, as the vice chairperson of training and placement cell,
yes, sir.
did you ever face challenges regarding human resource management?
Yes, sir.
What kind of challenges, Abhijeet?
The total committee cell is the 8 members, but all the cell members are behaving like they are not required any job, so they are not serious. Second is the lack of a voice in the coordinator committee, which is the body of the teachers in the colleges. The third, it is the inadequate skill to interact with the companies. So we require to interact with the company's members to take information regarding number of vacancies, number of the skills they expecting from the students.
Okay. That's nice to hear, Abhijeet. Abhijeet, as your extracurricular activity, you have mentioned something called Traffic Forum.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you elaborate on that?
Yes, sir. So traffic.
Forum is a broad platform under which various activities regarding the traffic road safety is conducting. Major events like traffic parliament, helmet drive, road safety audit, and the awareness campaign in the college. Fourth is the intra-college debate on the traffic and road safety issues.
Okay. Suppose, Abhijeet, I am looking for a license
Yes,
for a four-wheeler.
Yes, sir.
Name 3 tests that I have to undertake.
Sorry, sir, I am not able to.
Abhijeet, have you heard about this AUKUS? AUKUS.
Yes.
Which is very much in news.
Yes, sir.
nowadays? Can you tell me something about it?
So yeah.
It is the trilateral security dialogue among the 3 Indo-Pacific countries, USA, Australia, and UK, which wants to ensure the active cooperation in the naval and maritime domains.
Anything specific about this arrangement which was not present in any previous arrangement which involved these 3 countries?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is
The explicit commitment regarding the security dialogue. So it is not case with the we considering as part with implicit in the nature. So second, there is the direct cooperation in the naval field, and the USA and the UK directly giving the submarines to the Australia. And third, very specific is the disregard towards the France, which is the old partner of the USA.
Okay, what kind of submarines?
USA and
UK have pledged
yes, sir.
a definite kind of submarines for Australia. Do you have any idea what kind of
submarine is it?
Sorry, sir, I am not able to recall.
submarines? What are the underlying opportunities for India in this?
Yes, sir, it is the intensive, it is the third is the explicit commitment regarding the maritime and security dialogue to engage and to contain China simultaneously.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Abhijeet,
Yes, sir.
what is the meaning of the name Abhijeet?
Sir,
So first it is the Victorious. So second is the Lyra constellation in which Vega star, which is Sanskrit name Abhijeet. So third it is the considered as the one of the name of the Lord Sri Krishna.
Okay. Your date of birth happens to be the 21st of April,
yes, sir.
and 21st of April is celebrated in India as what day?
Yes, sir. So say two events I recall exactly. It is the 21st April 50. Exact not year, but it is the first Panipat War which brings the Mughal era in the India. So second, it is the considered as the National Civil Services Day in India.
What is the purpose of celebrating this as the National Civil Services Day?
Sir, yes. Sir, it
On this day, Honorable our first Home Minister Vallabhbhai Patel brings the National Civil Services, and the second is the on this day awards given to the service to recognize the service given by the civil servants.
What was the appeal that he made to the people, and who were the people whom he addressed?
Sorry, sir, I am not able.
You said your name stands for victorious.
yes.
Okay, tell me, which is the biggest victory that you have achieved in your life till today?
Sir, my firm that is international give me task to organize the organize the activities of the company which started in the 2019 functioning little bit unorganized way. So to enhance its organized way, to enhance its financial management, and to enhance its inventory, and my employer recognized it I had done in the 8 months. So this is considered as my victory, sir.
People, who have their birthdays in this period, 21st April period, they're supposed to be perfectionists.
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Sir, to some extent.
Traffic forum, you said,
Yes, sir.
and you talked about road safety particularly.
Yes.
Tell me, what are the three C's of, three E's of
Yes.
road safety?
So first it is the engineering, so second is the education, and third is the enforcement.
What is it about engineering?
Yes, sir. So first,
It is the design phase. Example, we should as not very much cuts which is in angle and not in 90 degree, which brings the more accident. So second, it is the road safety audit. Before the design, in the implementation phase, and after the operation of the road, and brings suggestions given by road safety audit in the design, operation, and maintenance phase.
Are you missing out something very important?
I am forget question in that.
I just asked you, when you say the three E's, the first E is engineering.
yes, sir.
So what is it about engineering that makes for road safety, that helps road safety, makes it better?
Yes.
So it is the first road engineering. The second is the vehicle engineering also, like airbags, sensors to avoid the human errors.
So yes, it is the two.
And when you talk in terms of road design, what do you mean by road design?
So road design basically the kind of a material we use, kind of a design. It is whether the straight line or the various curve in it. What kind of design, what speed we expecting on these roads, and what should be the users on these roads.
So what is the purpose of a speed breaker on in terms of road engineering?
So it is to slow down the vehicles at the desired location to ensure the safety at the vulnerable spots, and also to give chance drivers and the pedestrian or the other stakeholders of the road to ensure their safety.
Okay, you said your other hobby is trekking.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between hiking and trekking?
Sir,
Hiking is the kind of a walking for the short period, say 4 to 5 hours. But trekking goes on the 1 or 2 or 3 days also, or sometimes weeks also.
Okay, that is one difference. Any other difference?
No, sir, I am not sure.
Okay. Uh, you said you have done your BE and with distinction, right?
yes, sir.
How would you put your qualifications to good use in the civil services?
Yes, sir.
Sir, mechanical engineering teach about the objectivity, that is the data-driven or information-based decisions. So second is the efficiency to give best returns, best for all the stakeholders at the desired inputs. So third, it is the to look in the system is the holistically integrated way to give heed to all the concern of all the stakeholders.
Okay. So how would you put that to use actually when I talk in terms of how actually will you put that into use in your civil services activities?
Yes, sir. Sir, mechanical engineering has concept like brainstorming. So I can start brainstorming at the work culture to
Understand the concerns of all the stakeholders working in the office. So second, we can start reverse process re-engineering. What are the vulnerable spots in the office functioning? What are the good steps and the vertical and horizontal integration of the good steps in the office organization. So third, to collect data on the various parameters and to use it for the targeted outcome-based initiative on, say, enhancing the work culture through the reducing files, like the started by the Miss IS officer Lakshina Sarji.
Okay. You talk in terms of you played cricket also, right? And you're
Yes.
fond of cricket.
yes,
You participated in the college cricket team. Uh, the performance of Indian cricket team
yes,
in the last 1 year.
yes, sir.
What do you have to say about it?
Sir, it is the kind of a somewhat on the
Negative side performance uh, in the especially in the T20, and our team performing very well on the test front, test series front.
We lost the series against South Africa.
Yes, sir. But the comparatively in the test we doing well, but we are standing number
Fifth in the ranking list.
sorry, sir.
Okay. One last question. We recently had a missile episode.
Yes, sir.
What were the lessons learned from that?
Yes, sir. It is the dialogue which required to bring the peace even in the vulnerable situation. So second,
it is the active monitoring inspection regarding the functioning of our missile system, especially if we put the missile system on such vulnerable areas. The third, it is to bring accountability and to speedy action against the who responsible for such actions.
Anything else?
no, sir.
Thank you very much. Sagar?
Abhijeet,
Yes,
Abhijeet, you are from Ahmednagar.
yes, sir.
So Ahmed Nizam Shah one established Ahmednagar, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about his cultural affiliations and specific infrastructures in Ahmednagar which represents those affiliations.
Yes, sir. Ahmednagar is known for the composite culture, which recognized through the Ahmednagar forts, then the tomb of the Salibat Khan of the Islamic culture, and And also the Hindu culture, like we have the Kotham Khandoba Mandir, Shirdi temple also. So second, it is the joint celebration of the festivals. Equally, the cultural festivals like Baikura, Diwali, and also Muharram and Eid in the Ahmednagar.
Recently, Karnataka was in news, and the specific policy of Karnataka government which states that uh, non-Hindus will not should not be allowed in the vicinity of temple premises to perform any kind of business activities. Do you agree with such policies?
No, sir. We have following our composite culture, and this is our cherished idea of a composite culture. So all the public institutions like temple, mosque should be free for all kind of effects.
Under what article you support your stand?
What article of the Constitution?
So Article 14, right to equal education.
Okay. Are you aware about Vitthal Rao Patil ji?
Have you heard about Vittal Rao Patil?
No, sir, I am not heard about it.
He
Was
was
from Ahmednagar?
Sir, I am heard about Vithalrao Vicky Patil, which brings the cooperative movement.
I am talking
About
about
him
him.
only.
Yes, sir.
So tell me something about him.
Sir, they pioneer of a cooperative movement in the Ahmednagar. They started the cooperative venture in the 1950. Second, they run cooperative venture on the democratic, professional, and financially sustainable manner. And third, it is the active voice to the small and marginal farmer in the cooperative movement.
What was the need
Need
of
of cooperatives in Ahmednagar?
Sir, first it is the exploitation of the small farmers through by the money lenders and the private sugar mills. The second is the non-organization of the farmers and their not active voice in the policies or in the industrial areas So third, it is to bring or to enhance the farm gate price for the farmers.
Okay. Ahmednagar is considered as drought-prone district.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Then why sugar mills were established?
Yes.
So first, there is a large sugar producing district in the Maharashtra.
That's what my question is.
If Ahmednagar is a drought-prone district,
Yes.
then why sugar cane is largely produced?
Yes, sir.
It
It
is the high resilience of the sugar crop to weather extremes.
But it is water intensive crops.
Yes, sir.
Then
So second, they have assured purchase from the sugar mills and at the assured price.
you didn't get my question.
My point is, don't you think that government should discourage production of sugarcane in those areas which are drought-prone areas?
yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
So you would support that, right?
Yes, sir.
Then what is the alternative for those farmers who will leave production of sugarcane?
So they have alternative like the pulses, like the oil seeds, and also wheat, onion. These are also
Why
alternative.
government is not promoting it?
Sir, first it is the resistance from the farmer and the sugar mill itself. Sir, second it is the specialization of the farmers in the sugar production. And so third it is the lack of an incentive like the MSP basket and the MSP purchase in the Maharashtra. Some kind of a weakness in it.
It is said that India is a net exporter of water.
Yes.
Why?
So it is the intensive crops like sugar, rice, and the second is the low water use efficiency, which is currently at only 37% in India.
You must have heard about Raleigh Siddhi.
Yes, sir.
Anna Hazare.
Yes.
What you don't like about Anna Hazare?
So
Any
first,
special quality?
So first their authoritarian approach, like the capital punishment to the corrupt public officials. The second their sorry sir.
Take your time.
Yes. So second, there was the targeted targeted protest towards the persons whom Anna Hazare not likes very much, and not the very active in the objectivity field, various these criticism are heard on the from the village itself.
Okay. Sir has asked you about Ukraine-Russia crisis.
Yes, sir.
What are the lessons for India to learn?
So first, national security is the concern of the nation itself. No one bring interference in it like NATO in the case of Ukraine. So second is the neutrality. Uh, Neutrality in the conflict of the large actors like in the Ukraine case it is the USA and the Russia. So third, it is the bringing the modernization in the military field to ensure our national security.
Okay. So, do you support that defense expenditures should be considered as developmental expenditures from now onwards?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
What is One Health approach?
So one health approach is to consider health in integrated way of a animal, human, and entire environment.
Okay. Who advocated it?
Sorry, sir, I am not able to recall the organization name.
What is the future of machine learning?
Sorry, sir, I am not able to.
What is machine
Machine
learning?
learning.
Sorry, sir, I am not able to recall.
How it
Is
is
it different from artificial intelligence? Or both are same?
Sir,
I
I'm
am not able to recall machine learning concept.
Okay. You did your mechanical engineering in 2015, right?
yes, sir.
Then you started your job at S International
Yes, sir.
with 20,000 revenue ratio.
Yes, sir.
What I feel is that even after doing mechanical engineering with such a good score of 71%,
Yes, sir.
your pay was very less,
Yes, sir.
and that motivated you to go for civil services.
Am I right on this?
Sir, I am started preparation of UPSC from since 2016. Second, I got opportunity as an office executive, which administration job I like. So I accept this offer from the company. And sir, third, it is the part-time job which suitable for my UPSC preparation.
Okay, so it was
Not because of your lack of knowledge or skill that you got a low pay, but because of your part-time job which you
Yes, sir.
preferred.
Yes,
That
sir.
is why you got such a low
Yes,
pay,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
What is the role of science in shaping the society?
So science brings the scientific temperament in the society, which ensures the social relations should be based on the objectivity. So second,
Should we place social relations
Relations on objectivity?
or it requires some emotional bonding?
so require emotional bonding, but we also require objectivity in it for ensuring the not for ensuring not prejudice any relations.
Okay. Go on. Anything else?
So second, science makes our the life very easy, convenient, and to give time for the other social activities.
Okay. It is being said that civil services, in its recent form, is promoting mediocrity. Do you support that argument?
Sorry, sir, I am not able to understand the concept.
Mediocrity means
Means that it promotes average person over the excellent person,
Yes, sir.
because the examination is of such a kind
Yes, sir.
that general studies is being asked.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that is being relied upon. So average person is selected over some excellent person,
Yes,
which
sir.
could have performed better in
services.
Sir, it is the essentiality of the Indian society which makes essential on the generalistic kind of a civil services. But whether we have the special post like the RBI governor, we have expertise on that field. So my approach is that the Indian society ensures that makes essential that our civil servant should be generalistic and holistic in the all entire field like they are understanding economy, also ethical values, and also the history and past of our society.
Okay. I was going through your service preferences,
Yes.
and Indian Revenue Services has been placed at fourth and fifth position.
Yes.
Okay. What will mechanical engineer do in IRS? Don't you think that job should be for a specialized person who is a commerce graduate?
Yes, sir. Sir, mechanical engineering has a strong network building initiative. So, network building initiative brings the intelligence gathering also. So, IRS require intelligence for the assessment of the revenue, which brings the resources for the government, for the
But what is network building?
And you talked about network building.
Yes, sir. Sir,
mechanical engineering student or any engineering student has a positive approach towards the make new friends in the college, going through all the campus.
That is not specific to mechanical engineering.
yes.
Any collegian has to make new friends.
Okay. One last question from my side. You were interested in road traffic.
Yes, sir.
As we discussed. Sir. How would you differentiate expressway from national highway?
In structural form.
Sorry,
What is the difference? Or there is
No
no
difference. As
sorry, sir, I am not able to recall exactly.
The difference. Thank you, sir.
Abhijeet, I was just checking your order of preference
Preference for state cadre.
Yes, sir.
Abhijeet, are you biased against tribals?
No, sir.
I have a point to argue on that account. In Zone 1, Himachal Pradesh is your last preference,
Yes.
which is predominantly a tribal state. In Zone 2, it is Jharkhand.
Yes.
In Zone 3, it is Chhattisgarh.
Yes.
In Zone 4, it is Nagaland.
Yes.
And if I look at the overall preference of zones also, Northeast is the fifth choice, which is predominantly tribal.
Yes.
So are you biased against tribals?
No, sir, all the states are equal for me except the Maharashtra, as it is the home state. But all the other states are the equal for me, and I put one criteria.
Wait a minute, Abhijeet, you were
Saying that all the states are equal except Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
Maharashtra is not equal.
No, it is the affinity.
To the home state.
Okay.
So even I can say that the Maharashtra is the first among the equals. So no other difference between the states. I just one put criteria as the distance from the my village or my the district and the put order. That is the I put Telangana ahead of the Tamil Nadu, which is the more prosperous than the Telangana.
Okay. Abhijeet, have you ever experienced crisis of conscience?
Sorry, sir, I am not able to understand.
Crisis of conscience means a situation where you could not understand what is the right action to take or what is the right thing to do.
Yes, sir.
Have you faced?
any such situation in your life?
Yes, sir.
When was it?
Sir, whenever I go for the purchase of the chicken, so I have conflict whether to give priority to the right to life or to the right to livelihood of the poultry farmers. So this is a big crisis for the.
And your inclination
Inclination is mostly towards.
right to life or right to livelihood?
Sir, I am not able to give priority till date.
That is a convenient choice.
You like chicken,
Yes.
that is why you support rights of poultry farmer more than the rights of chicken.
Sir, I am collecting the data on it, but I am not make.
From which sources?
Sir, new magazines or internet, like the poultry farmers or the rights of the animals and their arguments.
Okay.
So, what objective criteria will you adopt when you have all the data at your table?
Yes.
Now you are to take that very important decision. How would you take that decision? All the data is available at your hands.
Sir, I take a utilitarian approach as the greatest happiness for the greatest number.
Okay. So utilitarian.
Utilitarianism is the normative ethical thought that will shape your opinion at that point.
Yes.
Sir, at that context.
Was Gandhi a utilitarian?
No, sir.
Can you say anyone who is utilitarian who participated in the Indian national movement?
Yes, sir. Sir, M.N. Roy, he is considered as the utilitarian, and whether the any mean give preference towards the end only. We have many revolutionaries. Their approach is the utilitarian. They glorify violence for the freedom of the India.
Abhijeet, suppose you have cleared the examination
Yes.
and it is your first day in office.
Yes.
You have just entered the room.
Yes.
You have been appointed to the prestigious Indian Police Services.
Yes.
Suppose. And the phone rings. And the person who is on the other side of the phone screams and cries that a communal violence has broken out in the city.
Yes.
What will be your response?
How would you respond to that phone call?
Yes, sir. So first, it is the objective verification from the ground intelligence whether it is the correct situation or not. If it is the correct situation, speedy deployment of the police force at the situation. Third, it is the shutdown of the internet to further spread of the crisis in the other areas. So fourth, it is the ensuring the safety of the vulnerable people through deployment of the adequate men and women police constables at the same time.
Okay. Abhijeet, you have placed some of the Group A services at a lower preference, or you have given a lower preference to
Yes.
some of the Group A services when compared to the DANICs and DANIPs.
Yes.
What is the reason for this?
Sir, I am not able to exactly figure out the issue, but my friends already in the service, they told that the DANICs and DANIPs prefer more administrative opportunities than the other Group A services.
By the way, what is your seventh choice?
Seventh choice in the order of services.
Sir, I am not exactly remembering the order, but I can guess it is the Indian Defense Audit Service, but I am not able to sure.
Okay.
This is filled by you, right?
Yes.
This preference?
Yes, sir.
So, did you think before you were filling the
Yes, sir.
different orders?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you name the top 5 services that you have preferred?
Yes, sir. So first,
IS, second IPS, third IFS, IRS, IT, IRS Custom, Post, and the Indian Audit and Account Service.
Okay. Indian Administrative Services is your first choice. Second choice is?
IPS,
Yes. Third choice is?
IFS,
Yes. Fourth
fourth
choice?
IRS IT,
Yes.
fifth IRS.
Custom, sixth Indian Audit and Account Service.
Abhijeet, before we close this interview,
Yes.
tell me what life lessons you have learned by looking at the life of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj.
Sorry, sir. I'm
Not able to comprehend this.
What have you learned
yes, sir.
from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj?
Yes.
So first it is the discipline in their life towards all the stakeholders, whether they are Mavadas, whether they are opponents also. So second, it is the humanistic approach. It is the humanistic approach on the ground level. It is the farmer to bring various reforms like the free seeds towards the farmer. So third, it is the respect for the women. Entire in the rule there was ban on the prostitutions in the era of the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj.
Thank you, Abhijeet. Your
Thank you,
interview is
sir.
over. We will reconnect with you in some time for your feedback.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Take a seat.
Thank you.
Abhijeet, let me start with the good things.
Yes.
You are dressed appropriately, but the knot of your tie is not at the right place.
Yes, sir.
It is slightly loose. Second, you have not shaved today.
Yes, sir.
That is the impression. So you should not go in this manner, half shaved,
Yes, sir.
because it creates an impression as if you are very lazy or you're not very serious
Yes.
about the occasion.
Yes.
Then
Abhijeet, your composure was good.
Yes.
You appeared very decent.
Yes.
You behaved in a polite manner. Your obviously
You are appearing for the interviews in Marathi, right? And though English will not be the language
in which you will give the interview, yet factoring in the language issue, yet I think that you spoke well for most parts of the interview.
Yes. Thank.
some of your answers
Answers were very good.
Yes.
Some of them were factually also correct.
Yes.
But Abhijeet, since this is a critical analysis,
Yes.
let me highlight some of the things where you need improvement there.
Yes, sir.
First is the eye contact.
Yes, sir.
When somebody asks you the question, you should look into that person's eye in a decent and polite manner.
Yes, sir.
You should wait for the question to finish. Once the question is over, then you should slightly lower your gaze. It gives an impression as if you're processing something. Some of the questions you were too ready to answer.
and it gave an impression as if you already have a ready-made answer, and where you do not have a ready-made answer, you fumbled.
Or you said that I'm not very sure. In fact, in one of the instances, when sir asked you a question, you said, I forgot the question.
Yes.
This shows your lack of interest or lack of, say, alacrity. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So,
You need to keep up with that.
then the very first question that I asked you, that what are the three values that you will hold always? You included one of them as honesty. The next question I asked, if there is a clash between integrity and honesty, what will you pick? You picked integrity and you dropped that immediately. Do you understand
Yes,
that?
yes, sir.
So there was a conflict in your own statement.
Yes.
It means that you do not have.
It gives an impression, or it creates an impression as if you do not have enough knowledge about yourself.
Yes.
Serial. If you fail on some of the current affairs related questions, that would be pardoned. But you cannot fail on questions which are related to you.
Yes.
It means that you do not have complete control over your mind.
It shows something like that. Do you
Understand that? So never do that.
Yes.
Always take some time, because the next question was directed to defeat the previous one. Right? Then, sir asked you a question about cricket.
Yes.
And you said we are doing good in test cricket. But you could not objectively defend that.
Yes.
In many of the answers, you took the right line, but you could not objectively defend that.
Yes.
So you could have said that, yes, the rankings are poor. We have lost few matches. But when I'm evaluating the performance in test cricket, I'm evaluating it from various angles, like how much we have been playing the brand, what kind of brand of cricket are we playing, in how many types of pitches we have performed,
Yes.
what were the good things about the team building process,
Yes.
and all of that, right? Then I think at one place, you
made an exaggerated movement of your hand.
handles. You should avoid that. Like the two handles where you rest your hand. The hand should not move beyond that.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
That should be the way. You should not go beyond that. Otherwise, it makes the engagement very informal.
Yes.
Right? Then there was a question regarding your mechanical engineering background and how it will help you in your civil services.
Yes.
So you started answering something which was on an altogether different tangent. Right? You started saying that we will build networks in civil services because I'll draw some knowledge from my experience. You have to listen to the question very carefully. And I cannot recall this. You said so many times this statement, it gave an impression as if you have read everything, but you are failing to recall.
Yes.
That's it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Rather, you should say, sir, I am not aware.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes.
Or you should say that, sir, I have the foggiest
Yes.
idea about it. It's a good way of saying that I'm not fully convinced about what you are asking. Or I do not have the, or you should say, sir, I do not have the requisite knowledge to answer that question.
Yes.
I lack the information. use such kind of lines. Don't say that I cannot recall. I cannot recall. It means that you have read everything that is present under the sun and beyond it. Do you get that? Abhijeet, see, this is not a test of your knowledge. Your knowledge has already been tested.
Yes.
Right? Two questions, Abhijeet, which we did not ask you, but now I'm putting them forward. First is, if there is a question, what went wrong in your previous attempts? What is your answer?
Is interview, sir?
In your previous civil services attempts?
Sir, it is the
डिफरेंट कंटेंट जो पहले थे मुझे मेंस की डिमांड नहीं थी जो इंटरव्यू में था मेरा दिन बहुत खराब था उस दिन था मैं बहुत हड़बड़ी में स्टार्ट हुआ था मेरा दिन और मेरा पूरा रिफ्लेक्शन उसी इंटरव्यू में दिखाई दिया जो 143 मार्क्स और मेंस भी अच्छा नहीं था
और एक और
क्वेश्चन अभिजीत, ये कि सारथी स्कॉलरशिप मिला है आपको
Yes.
महाराष्ट्र स्टेट गवर्नमेंट
Yes.
से, ये किस चीज के लिए मिला है आपको?
जो इकोनॉमिकली बैकवर्ड
स्टूडेंट्स हुए थे और उनका पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में पार्टिसिपेशन बढ़ाने के लिए उनको महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट से एक कोचिंग क्लासेस जो रेप्यूटेड कोचिंग क्लासेस होती है वो दी जाती है और एक 15 to 16 मंथ के लिए 13,000 का स्टाइपेंड दिया जाता है
Okay.
और कंटिन्यूस असिस्टेंस इंक्लूडिंग माय लेजर फ्रॉम द महाराष्ट्र स्टेट गवर्नमेंट
वेरी गुड। तो ऐसे अगर क्वेश्चंस आपके पास आते हैं,
यस सर,
सो ये आपके लिए फुल टॉस,
यस
क्योंकि ये आपके पर्सनालिटी का एक वाइब्रेंट डायमेंशन एक्सपोज करता है।
यस
तो आप कभी मत चूकिएगा ऐसे क्वेश्चंस को आंसर।
यस यस सर,
ठीक है अभिजीत,
overall
it was a decent performance,
Thank
but
you.
you can definitely improve.
यस
Right?
यस सर.
Yes, sir.
Abhijeet, your entrance was, your entry into the hall was very bad.
Okay.
You entered backwards both the times.
I'm not able to understand, sir.
When you entered,
Yes.
your back was towards us. You should have walked in with your face forward,
Yes, yes, yes.
not with your back forward. And
Yes.
then you turned and you came inside.
Yes, yes.
Get the point?
Yes, sir.
So never do that.
Yes.
So the entry itself, the people get a different wrong opinion.
Yes.
And it gave a feeling as if, you are still not self-composed. You said, just now you said, the last interview you were not very well composed.
Yes.
The same continues here also that.
Yes.
Right? So, take a deep breath before you enter.
Yes.
Relax.
Yes.
इंसान है, कोई खाएगा नहीं आपको.
Yes.
ठीक है, they will not beat you up. They're here to talk to you in a very informal setup.
Yes.
So, relax yourself and be relaxed all through the interview. You seemed very tense. Your hand movement, the hand movement was this.
Yes.
This was your hand movement. This is not a very good position for the hands to be in.
Yes.
If you have to keep your hands tight, keep it in this manner,
Yes.
right? Because if you keep it this way, your fingers wobbling, shaking, or you're playing with your thumb. Just now you were playing with your pen. You were doing this.
Yes.
All these are indicators of nervousness.
Yes, sir.
So,
Anxiety.
and otherwise keep your hand on your armrests,
Yes.
right? So, you were not shaven, gave a very bad impression.
Yes.
Very well dressed. If this is the dress you're going to be wearing for the final interview,
Yes, sir.
it's a good choice. Tight, thoda dekh lena zara.
Yes. sir.
It should be perfectly worn. The sleeve should be absolutely tightened up.
Yes.
Towards the button should not be visible.
Yes.
And length should be just touching the top of the belt.
Yes.
That is where it should be. You entered, you wished everybody individually. But thereafter, your eye contact was hectic.
Yes.
He asked a question, you kept looking at him and answering him only. I felt as if I was missing in the hall. He felt as if he was missing in the hall.
सर मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा एडवाइस
ऐसे कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग मिले हैं कि अगर कोई क्वेश्चन पूछे तो
No. See, the other people will feel offended,
Yes.
right? So, what did he say just now? Primarily, see, when you're listening to the question, focus only on the person who's asking you a question.
Yes.
But when you're answering, predominantly you will look at the person who's asked you the question.
Yes.
But in between, steal a glance here and there with all the panelists.
Okay.
If anybody has told you not to do it, please don't do that. It's
Yes.
totally wrong. It is not right. Okay?
Yes. sir.
You have a very decent smile and you maintained it throughout and a decent way. Now, serious questions, you removed the smile and otherwise you maintained the smile. That was good. Eye contact, I just told you. if you did not know the question, you should have said no. I don't know.
Yes.
It was okay, good, but it became a bit too open. So that was a little jarring.
Yes, sir.
And as he said very rightly, the moment the question was asked, within a fraction of a second, you started the answers.
Yes.
So it gave a feeling as if the whole thing is motorized. रट्टा मार के आया हूं मैं. ठीक है? Take a few seconds gap, a little lapse is advisable.
Yes.
Don't just shoot immediately. I asked you a question about hiking and trekking. You said hiking is for a short period, trekking is for a long period. But the main difference is not that, friend. The main difference is hiking is on, trails, previously made trails.
Yes.
Whereas trekking is wild environment, wild natural environment.
Yes.
That is the main difference.
Yes.
Yes, you talked about this could be a few hours to a day, and that could be for a few days. That is right. But the major difference lies in the fact that
Yes.
that is what knowledge of cricket has just been covered. Your state preferences, you didn't answer the question very well. That was a very big faux pas. So, and whenever this question is asked to you, see, the best option is I had to exercise the choices, so I had given my choices.
Yes.
But I am willing to work anywhere I am given a choice to work with.
Yes.
Right? So, don't bring in the distance factor in that.
Yes.
It's not required.
Yes.
And my friends advised me. And what have you done about it?
Yes.
It's your interview, not your friend's interview.
Yes.
Okay? Situational question you answered well. You were so overawed at the end of it that you lost your direction. See, the place from where you have come, that is the place from where you should be returning also.
Yes.
Right? So, all in all, it gave a feeling as if you were not too confident and you were totally overawed.
by the situation.
Whereas that should not be the case at all. If you get overawed by the situation, your performance is going to dip very badly. If you got 143 last time, it should happen that you get 143 or 145 only this time. Right? This time it has to be. You have to take a shot at what 180, 190.
Yes.
So 143 चलेगा नहीं ना?
नहीं.
तो 143 में आपने देख लिया क्या हुआ था.
Yes.
So make sure that you go in relaxed, comfortable, and go in with the aim of coming out victorious.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
अभिजीत, गुड पॉइंट फर्स्ट. आपने जो आंसर दिया था लेसन्स फॉर इंडिया, दैट वाज गुड.
Yes.
वन हेल्थ अप्रोच भी ठीक था. I couldn't ask one question which was your strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
So what will be the answer if the question comes? What are your strengths?
Sir, first, my dear strength is the objectivity to look the facts.
Okay.
The second is the hardworking.
Okay.
The third is the actual understanding the demand through looking the situation holistically. And the third weakness is the I am quite lazy when it comes to sleeping, more sleep.
You require more sleep than usual.
Yes.
Okay. And
Sir, I do not regard towards the health when there was a food choice.
And ironically, you were the health minister.
you are very foodie.
Yes, sir.
Fine. ये लेजी वाली जो आपकी वीकनेस है उसको थोड़ा चेंज कर लीजिए, बेटर रहेगा.
Yes.
ठीक है. Prepare some weakness which doesn't sound too bad.
Yes.
For services. ठीक है.
पता चले कोई तने की आग लग गया और एंड यू आर लेजी. सो रहे हो.
नहीं, मैं कहना चाहता था, मैं जो
तो मैं ज़्यादा सोता हूँ.
उसको थोड़ा चेंज करो. Other good points are your smile was good. You were calm and composed. Extra curriculars के मामले में, hobby के मामले में the answers were very good.
Yes.
Name के question पे you were very well prepared.
Yes.
I think no one gives three different interpretation of the name which you gave. That means you were well prepared for that. But as sir has rightly said that at many places it seemed that everything is motorized.
Yes.
You have well prepared for the question, and that is why as soon as the question was out, you started answering without even giving it a thought.
Yes.
देखिए कई बार क्या होता है अभिजीत कि आपने जिस तरीके से क्वेश्चन सोचा होता है कि पूछा जाएगा उसका दूसरा वेरिएंट पूछा जाता है, लेकिन आप आंसर करते हैं अपने प्रिजम्पशंस के बेसिस पे कि आपको लगा है कि वो पूछा गया है, बट द क्वेश्चन इज ऑल वेदर समथिंग एल्स। फॉर एग्जांपल मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग आईआरएस में क्या करेगा, ठीक है, तो आप फिर नेटवर्किंग में घुस गए, आई थिंक आपने कुछ और सोच के आए थे कि कुछ और क्वेश्चन होगा तो मैं यही आंसर करूंगा, और आईआरएस वाले में भी आपने वही आंसर कर दिया, ठीक है। तो डोंट डू दैट, लिसन क्वेश्चन वेरी केयरफुली। ये सबसे बड़ा लूप होल लगा मुझे इस इंटरव्यू में। दूसरा सर ने बता ही दिया आई कांटेक्ट के बारे में, तो आप ठीक करिए जैसे बताया गया है। जो एस्पियोनेज वाला क्वेश्चन था उसमें थोड़ा और कोहेरेंस चाहिए था मुझे आंसर में। आपका हैंड शेक कर रहा था बहुत बार, सर ने बता दिया।
यस सर, मुझे बचपन से बहुत वो इसलिए मैंने ऐसे नहीं रखा, वो ज्यादा चेक करते हैं।
तो आपने ये रखा दैट वाज इवन वर्स।
एक मतलब टाइट करो जैसे मैंने बताया,
yes,
टाइट करो,
yes,
तो शेक नहीं होगा।
यस
एंड डोंट डू दिस, डोंट विगल योर थम्स।
आप
Yes,
अभी भी
sir.
आप कर,
ठीक है?
यस
डोंट डू,
यस
ठीक है, एकदम
ऐसे भी
टाइट।
कर सकते हो चाहो। ठीक है, ऐसे।
एक्सप्रेस वे वाले क्वेश्चन को आप आंसर नहीं कर पाए। एक्सप्रेस वेज आर एलिवेटेड कॉरिडोर।
यस
नेशनल हाईवे जो है वो एलिवेटेड नहीं होता है हर जगह, लेकिन एक्सप्रेस वे जो है वो ऑल टुगेदर हर जगह एलिवेटेड होता है, जिससे कोई भी अंदर ना घुस पाए,
यस सर, थैंक यू
स्पेशली एनिमल्स।
Yes.
ठीक है, तो वो डिफरेंस है एक्सप्रेस वे और नेशनल हाईवे।
थैंक यू सर।
आप एंड में जैसे थोड़ा पता नहीं यू वर ओवरऑल्ड और यू वर स्ट्रेस्ड आउट, तो आप डायरेक्शन भूल गए थे, वो थोड़ा ठीक करिए। साइंस वाले क्वेश्चंस में यू ऑल टुगेदर सेड नो नो नो, आई एम नॉट अवेयर, आई एम नॉट अवेयर, यू डिडंट इवन ट्राई। दैट्स व्हाट द इंप्रेशन आई गॉट। जैसे मशीन लर्निंग में आपने कोशिश भी नहीं की सोचने की कि सर गिव मी टाइम, सम टाइम, फ्यू सेकंड्स।
Yes.
बैक टू बैक में क्वेश्चन शूट करता गया एंड यू सेड नो 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 नो। So at least give the questions a try.
यस
तुरंत ना कहने की आदत जो है वो कोई चेंज है। बाकी ओवरऑल योर परफॉर्मेंस वाज सैटिस्फैक्टरी।
यस, थैंक यू सर।
अभिजीत, दो तीन चीजें मैं और हाईलाइट करना चाहता हूँ।
एक आपने जो आंसर दिया था डिस्टेंस वाला,
यस सर।
डिस्टेंस तो बिल्कुल नहीं होना चाहिए आपके आंसर। क्यों? क्योंकि आप सोच के देखो, आप एक ऐसे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में हो जहाँ पे रिमोट एरियाज जो होंगे वो हो सकता है थोड़ा डिस्टेंट हो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर से,
यस
तो आप उनको क्या लोअर प्रेफरेंस दोगे?
यस
ऐसा इंप्रेशन ड्रॉ किया जा सकता है आपके आंसर से। दूसरा, आपने वॉच पहनी हुई है,
Yes.
वहाँ पे अलाउड नहीं है,
नहीं है,
तो
allowed
आपको
नहीं।
खोल देना चाहिए यहाँ पे भी,
Yes.
जिससे कि आप वो फील पूरा ले सको।
यस
देखो, जो सोल्जर्स हैं वो वेल प्रिपेयर्ड होते हैं
यस
किसी भी सिचुएशन के लिए। स्टिल दे डू अ फुल ड्रेस रिहर्सल बिफोर दे गो फॉर द 26 जनवरी परेड,
यस
right? So because full dress rehearsal prepares you psychologically for that big day. इसलिए आप वो ध्यान रखिएगा।
Yes.
एक क्वेश्चन मैंने आपसे पूछा था क्राइसिस ऑफ कॉन्शियंस वाला,
यस
जो आपने बोला था
Yes.
कि राइट टू लाइफ वर्सेस राइट टू लाइवलीहुड।
Yes.
वो आंसर देखो, क्राइसिस ऑफ कॉन्शियंस तो आपने अच्छा हाईलाइट किया था वहां पे,
Yes.
लेकिन उसके बाद आपने अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू को अच्छे तरीके से नहीं रखा।
यस
ऐसा मैं
इसलिए कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैंने देखो
जी, जो आपका इंटरव्यू है ना वो एक फुल सर्कल की तरह है।
यस
अब या तो आप पहला डॉट ड्रॉ करो और जब निकलो तो पूरा सर्कल आपने जैसा सोचा तो वैसा हो जाए,
Yes.
या जैसा इंटरव्यू ले रहे उन्होंने जैसा सोचा है वैसा हो जाए। मैंने आपसे पहला क्वेश्चन किया था कि आपकी क्या वैल्यूज है, आपने ऑब्जेक्टिविटी बताया,
यस
और आखिरी क्वेश्चन वैसा ही था कि सारे फैक्ट्स आपके टेबल पे है, लो ऑब्जेक्टिव डिसीजन आप नहीं ले पाए। वहां पर कोई एक अच्छा ऑब्जेक्टिव डिसीजन आपने बोला कि अभी भी मैं फिर भी हूँ क्राइसिस ऑफ कॉन्शियस। मतलब ऑब्जेक्टिविटी is not the panacea for all the problems.
यस
You have to take the subjective approach as well in life. इसलिए जो वैल्यू आपने चूज की है वो ऐसे चूज करो कि जिन पे ज्यादा कंट्रोवर्सी ना क्रिएट हो सके।
Yes.
जैसे जस्टिस, आप कभी ड्रॉप नहीं कर सकते इसको। इंटीग्रिटी कभी ड्रॉप नहीं कर सकते आपको। ऐसे वैल्यूज लीजिए, ठीक है। और आप ये रखिए उससे अच्छा कि इम्पार्शियलिटी
Yes.
rather than with objective approach, ऐसा करो,
Yes.
ठीक है। And I may also take subjective considerations, like say for example if there is some issue regarding say some religious practices, तो वहां पे आप objectivity कैसे लोगे? रिलीजन में तो बहुत कुछ सब्जेक्टिव होता है, तो क्या आप रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट्स में ऑनर करोगे लोगों को? बाकी ओवरऑल अभिजीत जैसे बाकियों ने भी हाईलाइट किया,
ठीक था आपका इंटरव्यू। अब अगर हम मार्क्स की बात करें अभिजीत, तो एक हमने आपको एक एज दिया है यहाँ पर दैट यू हैव अपीयर्ड in English, but you are going to
appear in Marathi. So हो सकता है कि आपकी स्पीकिंग स्किल्स वहां पे बेटर होंगी, तभी आपने वो लैंग्वेज चूज की, राइट? इस परफॉर्मेंस पे अभिजीत आपको 160 मिलेगा, ठीक है? लेकिन अगर मराठी में दे रहे होते आप, हमने ये कंसिडर किया, तो ये मार्क्स 170 हो जाएंगे, इसलिए हमने आज आपको 170 दिए, ठीक है अभिजीत? डेफिनेट इंप्रूवमेंट है पिछली बार से। और देखो बेटा, you have fought very hard. Yes. Right? There is so much of hard work. It is, we can see that in this tab. This is your 6th attempt, right? So, have a very positive approach towards the shortcomings that are being highlighted to you. Yes. Because at the end, all of us, we want you to go into that final list. Yes. Right? Yes. तो आप इसको बहुत पॉजिटिव अप्रोच में लीजिए, इस पे काम कीजिए, अपने इश्यूज पे। ये छोटी छोटी चीजों पे अगर अभिजीत आप काम करेंगे, 15-20 नंबर बढ़ जाएंगे। 190 इज एन एक्सीलेंट स्कोर। फिर मुश्किल होगा आपको रोक पाना आईएएस में जाने से, ठीक है?
आपने लास्ट टाइम कौन सा मीडियम चूज किया था आपने?
सर मराठी में ही चूज किया था।
लेकिन वहाँ पे ट्रांसलेटर अच्छे नहीं थे, तो सभी ने इंग्लिश में और हिंदी इंग्लिश में मिक्स करके किया। तो इसी बार भी इंग्लिश में डायरेक्ट प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ।
ओके, ठीक है अभिजीत, आप कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं हमसे?
नहीं सर।
थैंक यू।